Hey everybody, welcome to another Trippin' with Todd podcast, or Trippin' with Toddcast, if you will. Today's topic is never growing up. This is a topic I can relate to. I still feel like I'm 18, 19 years old. Maybe not physically, so things are changing a little bit as I'm getting a little bit older than 18 or 19 years old. But for this story, my most recent story, I interviewed a couple who fell in love with a holiday when they were younger, and it's even before they met as a couple, and they have never let the love of that holiday die. So if you haven't seen the story yet on YouTube, here's a chance for you to hear that story here on the podcast.
I mean, it's something we think about all year long in anticipation for when we can put it up, and how soon can we put it up. And I mean, it does take over the garage, so we have to think about that too.
When it comes to decorating for Halloween, Heather and Nick Christensen don't miss a trick.
It's a lot of hard work, but once we get down to the decorating part of it, it's pretty fun. And then to see the kids and see our own kids, they love it.
The garage door is elaborate, and they even project spooky images in a window and messages on the porch. And that's barely the beginning.
You'll go in and turn to your right, and it's a kind of a monster party, a mix of everything, witches and skeletons, and there's a bride and groom.
Interesting reaction, but what does it mean?
From there, it goes to Jack Skellington, and he's working on his experiments for trying to figure out Christmas. And from there, it goes to kind of a Pirates of the Caribbean theme. And the rest of it I'll keep a secret, because it's a little scarier from there on out.
What's really scary is what goes into making this haunted garage such a spooktacular place.
It takes about 3 weeks, but it's 3 weeks for the last 15 years of putting things together and coming up with props and ideas.
That it's a year-long thought process of costumes and how we're gonna do the garage and what new things we're gonna add or pieces we're gonna put in there and what treasure we can find that nobody's seen before to add to it, or things like that we just enjoy being able to have.
They've always loved Halloween, but the holiday took on new meaning with the birth of their daughter in October.
So we always were just doing stuff in the garage for her birthday, and it just kind of built from there to this madness.
They frame temporary rooms in the garage, run electrical, have fog machines, projectors, sounds, even smells. And they both have full-time jobs.
Every year I think we're a little bit crazy, but then we start getting it put together and it gets me all excited.
Easy to say thousands and thousands of dollars.
Oh, very easily to say that, yeah.
But the good news is you're making bucks doing this, right?
Not at all, but it's fun. It's our hobby, it's our entertainment, so it's worth it.
And it's just a gift for the neighbors and the neighborhood, the kids.
Yeah.
Adults.
Yeah. And our daughter's 21 now, but when she was younger, that's what we did for a party, and the kids loved it and had a great time, so it was worth it.
They say if they were ever to charge money, they would just give it to charity. No trick, just their treat.
Have you been here before?
They changed it up though. They changed it up a lot. That and then they made that blow.
Holy cow, I didn't even notice that. I can't see anything. Wow, it's really dark in here. What are you boys doing here?
Tell me what you thought of that.
Well, I have to go change my trousers.
Really?
Yeah.
Pretty intense?
It is. It's actually really good, yeah.
Were you surprised?
No, I know Nick. He's a over-the-top kind of guy. He just does things the right way. He does it because it's his thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And free cider. Can you get better? No, I submit that you cannot.
This is awesome. It's a lot of fun.
Have you been to one of their haunted garages?
We have never been to one of their haunted garages.
What did you think before you came here?
I thought it would be just walking into a garage and seeing a few skeletons. I had no idea it would be so elaborate.
Was that scary for you at all? The electric chair wasn't that scary? What about that horn? Yeah. The horn was a little creepy. What made that scary?
When it just hung.
Because it was
dark, and then all of a sudden the light shined on you and it startled you?
Yeah.
And then eventually someday I would love to have a haunted house.
That'd be my dream job, is to have my own haunted house.
Until then, if that ever happens, they're thrilled that it's not a business. So all of it can just be about spooky fun.
This is our baby, so everything that we invest in it is our craziness.
Beats Christmas for you.
Oh yeah, our kids have contemplated exchanging gifts at Halloween just because we love it so much.
Now, some stories translate seamlessly from a YouTube story to a podcast, and you really don't miss anything. But this particular story you might want to check out on YouTube because there are some really creepy, cool sights that you're missing in a podcast. When I was a kid, I loved Halloween. And as I got older, I don't know what happened. Aside from the fact that I don't think that I'm just an old fuddy-duddy. I think I'm just lazy. And Nick and Heather, they're not lazy. They put in a tremendous amount of work. They put in thousands of dollars. And they do this for weeks and weeks leading up to Halloween. And then it takes them a couple of weeks to tear all this down after Halloween. It's all their own money. It's all their own time. They're not getting a lot of help to do this. Every year they ask themselves, are we really going to do this? Or are we just going to enjoy the month of October? Are we just going to enjoy Halloween? Well, for them, this is enjoying it. And they say when they see the smiles on the faces, especially of the kids who go through the haunted garage, that is worth it for them because they're just big kids. So they love it. And so the answer is absolutely yes, they're going to do it. Growing up, it's terribly overrated. So don't do it unless you absolutely have to grow up. I mean, maybe get older, but never grow up. Thanks for joining me on the Trippin' with Todd podcast. Be sure to check out the video on youtube.com/TrippinWithTodd. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to share. That is what keeps the channel going and keeps me doing these stories and these podcasts. Keeps me breathing, people. I'm telling you, it keeps me breathing. And check out the website, TrippinWithTodd.com, and social media. It's all a Trippin' fest. It's Trippin' with Todd. Everything is Trippin' with Todd. Just don't forget Trippin' with Todd. And thanks for being here on the Trippin' with Todd podcast. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.